In today's video, we're going to be predicting the whole of the Premier League table. We're going to be doing the Champions League winners, the Europa League winners. We're going to be doing the top goal scorer, the bloody bottom goal scorer, the everything. Okay, not the bottom goal scorer, that makes no sense. But like the flop, the top assister, just everything. So we're going to get straight into it. We're going to do the table first. We're going to do 20 to first. 20 to first? That's too many firsts. You get my point. So we're just going to get straight into it. The relegated teams, right? So 20th place is going to be fucking Everton. Fuck you, Everton. Okay, no, do you know what? Taking away bias. I just think they've just lost Onana, who was one of their biggest, best players. I think Dyche is going to just have a bit of a stinky season. I know he had a good season last season, including the charges, but you don't know with Everton. They may get more charges, and I think I could just see them going down, to be honest. I don't think they'll get enough points. I think Dyche will be gone by December. They'll bring in, David Moyes, and he'll just fucking stink it up, and it'll go all emotional. Or they'll get, Frank Lampard again. He was Everton, wasn't he? Yeah. I can just see them going down. No bias at all, lads, I promise. So, 19th place, we're going to go with Southampton. I just don't think they'll have enough to stay up. I don't think they've really invested enough. Let me know, Saints fans, what you think. I just think... I know that's too many things. I know they tried to sign Carvalho for 15 mil, which we rejected. Not we, I'm not Liverpool, but I'm a Liverpool fan, obviously. Don't know why I'm saying obviously. Well, because I got the shot. Do you know what? Moving on from that, I just think Saints will go down. I just don't think they'll have enough, and they just... Yeah, the difference between the Championship and the Premier League is just the gap's just too big, and you have to invest a lot into the squad. So yeah, they're gonna come down, and then here we go, lads. Here comes the first possible shocker or insane prediction of the season. Brighton. I know. I just think they've got some manager. He's about 30, right? After Brighton squad's older than him, I just think they're gonna fucking stink it up. I don't know why. They've lost all their key players, really, and I just can't see them staying. I just have a funny feeling. Results just aren't going to go their way. They're going to try and stick with this manager. It's not going to work. And they're just going to go down. I don't know what I've just... I can just sense it. I can just see Brighton in the Championship next season. I don't know why. I just think De Zerbi and Potter were just cooking wonders. And I just think they're gone now. And I know their recruitment's good. And they've signed Minte for 35 mil from Newcastle. Who, I mean... I know he had a good season under Feyenoord under Arne Slot, but who knows? I don't think they'll start. I just think they're gonna have a bad season. That's my prediction. If you don't like it, then I don't know. Goodbye. So 17th, we're gonna go with who are we gonna go with? We're gonna go with Ipswich. I know Kieran McKenna. I like him. All right. I think they're just gonna scrape it. They're gonna be a bit like Luton, like last season, but they're gonna just stay up. They're gonna play good football. They're gonna give the big teams good games. I can just see them staying. I don't know what it is. I can just see them scraping it. We're going to move on for them because they're not, we want to get to the nitty gritty of it. 16th place, we're going to go Leicester. I know they may get charges and stuff, but I think Leicester might just scrape it. I think Vardy's still there. They do need to sign another striker. Maybe that's why they're looking at getting Carvalho and playing him in a false 9 position. But I think they need someone who's going to get 15, 20, not 15, 20, but 10, 15 goals. Hear me out, Leicester are going to sign Chris Wood. I can just see it. But no, I think they just need... They do... I think they will stay up just about. I think they'll actually have a decent season, but I just think that they might get a bit of a point deduction, which is why I've put them down to 16th. Moving on, 15th place. Forest. I reckon Forest... I mean, no one really cares about Forest. Yeah, they won the European Cup and stuff, but who fucking cares? They're like a B-Tech Chelsea. They just sign everyone, and then they don't actually do anything. It's like Chelsea's like the oil version of Forest. But, yeah, actually, they have won the same European Cups, haven't they? I just think that... Did Forest win 2 or 1? I can't remember. I just think Forest are going to go down. Not go down. What the fuck am I on about? Sorry, lads. Forest are going to stay up, but they're just going to stay around 15th. Well, our 15th, because I just don't think they're just there, aren't they? They're just like a Brussels sprout on a roast. They're just there. They're not really doing anything. Just on the side. Relevant. Sorry, Forest. I love you, really. Next up, we're in 14th, and we are going to go with... Not Fulham. We are going to go with... No, yeah, we will go with Fulham, if it lets me. I think Fulham... Oh, do you know what a fun fact, lads, that I never realised? Do you know the Fulham badge looks like some shitty little drawing? Do you know it actually says FFC for Fulham Football Club? I only learned that, a couple months ago. That's really bad, isn't it? But let me know if you knew that. I think they'll stay up. They've just signed Smith Rowe. I think they'll stay up quite comfortably, is what I meant to say. And I just think they'll have a decent season. I think 14th is a decent enough season for them. I don't think they'll really push on. Yeah, I mean, it depends how that striker Muniz does. If he can have another season like last season, maybe they'll go on further. But I'm going to go with 14th because my predictions. If you don't like my predictions, then, well, let me know yours. 13th, we're going to go with Brentford because it looks like they're going to actually keep Ivan Toney now. So, if they do keep hold of him and Burmo comes back from injury, they've still got Wissa. They've still got a decent attack that'll get them enough goals. They're quite good at home. I think they will. I think they'll have a decent, like, comfortable season. I don't know why I keep going to say everyone's going to stay up. I do like because most of these teams here, their whole objective is just to stay up. So yeah, 12th, we are going to go with Bournemouth. I like Bournemouth. I like Iraola. This is all dependent on if Solanke stays or goes. If he goes, this will probably change a lot. I just think they'll have a good season. I like the manager, and I just think they've got Unal, who I reckon will have a decent season, even if Solanke does go. I just like Bournemouth. I like the way they play. They play good football. They're quite decent at home. They give some of the good teams good games. I think they'll have quite a good season for their standards. We'll move on from them because, yeah. So, into 11th, and I am going to go with Wolves. So, with Wolves, I think that I like them under Gary O'Neill. I think he's a really good manager. He probably should have finished off last season better than they did, but they had some good results. They beat Chelsea at home, although everyone beats Chelsea. Beat Tottenham. They beat City. They beat most of the big teams. I like them under O'Neill, and I think they'll have a good season. If Neto can stay fit as well, and they keep hold of him, I think they'll push on a bit more this season and go around that mid-table spot. Moving on to 10th, we are going to go with West Ham. Oh, are we? Are we? Are we now? No, we're not. We're going to go with Palace. Oh, this is a tough one, lads. Nah, lads and lasses. We're going to go with Palace. I like Palace. I really do under Glasner, but I just think they've lost Elise. They look like they're going to lose Guehi, or Guehi, however you say it. We're going to call him Mark. If he goes and Elise goes, I just think... I know they still got Mateo, who's still cooking for France in the Olympics, but I just think mid-table will be a good spot for them. That's where they live. I mean, I think they'd push on if they'd have kept those players. It depends who they go and buy. I think they sign a centre-back from Spain, I think. So, we'll see how they do, but you got to remember, the Premier League's really competitive now. It's, it is. So, yeah, that's... God, where are we now? That's 10th. Moving on to 9th, I'm going to go with West Ham. Am I now? I don't know, actually. I kind of like the look of West Ham this season. Do you know what? Dare I say it? Spurs are going to come 9th and West Ham are going to come 8th. Just, right, on to Spurs first. No, I can't put them 9th. That's a bit outrageous. I'll take that back. We'll put West Ham 8th. Yo, fuck you, Chelsea. We're going to put Chelsea 9th. They just signed too many players. Todd Bowley's a fat American wanker. He just buys everyone. He gets rid of all the academy prospects and all the, like, Conor Gallagher was one of Chelsea's, like, okay, I won't say best players, one of their hardest workers last season. I don't like them. And they're just not good, are they? They're relying on Cole Palmer. I mean, they came, last season? 6th? And that was all due to Cole Palmer just turning into fucking Messi. So if Cole Palmer doesn't perform, then they're literally finished. That's their only good player. Caicedo's a donkey. So that's just because he didn't join Liverpool, I'm saying that. But look, that's where I think Chelsea will come. West Ham, lads, they are cooking. I don't know, I saw a thing on Twitter the other day, their potential team. Like, honestly, it looks like they may get Wan-Bissaka. They've signed Fulkrug. They've signed... Oh, who was the other player they've signed? Nah, that's pissing me off now. I can't... They signed someone else who was an absolute baller. Who was it? Was it a centre-back? Nah, do you know what? This is actually pissing me off. We're going to find out. We're going to actually find out who they've signed because it's annoying me. Who was it? Fucking tell me. Okay, right. A little break from the video. Who they signed? Max Kilman and Somerville. Those two. Yeah. So, Somerville had a very good season at... So I'm getting my phone back on. I'll come back to that in a minute. Somerville had a very good season at Leeds. I know Liverpool went to him at one point. But I think he'll be very good for West Ham. They've still got Kudus, obviously, if they keep him or not. And yeah, Kilman, he is a fucking baller. I can't remember what team from Italy were trying to sign him for like 40 mil from Wolves, and it got rejected. I think he'll have a classic. I think West Ham are going to have an unreal season. Their team on paper looks class. If it plays like it does, then they'll have a very good season. The thing is, if Fulkrug was such a David Moyes striker, but they've signed the perfect striker for Moyes after he's gone, which is quite funny. But yeah, so where are we now? We are 7th, and I am going to go with Newcastle, and I will explain. I think Gordon's going to end up at Liverpool before the transfer window ends, and if they lose him and they don't really replace him, they're relying on Isaac. And okay, no, Isaac's fucking baller, but that's if they keep him as well. And there may be whatever you call it, FPS, PPS. I forgot what the word is. The money stuff charges, which could affect them, and I just don't think. I know they had a lot of injuries last season, but I just don't think now. I can't see it. I think 7th wouldn't even be a bad season for them because it's going to be so competitive. Actually, I've had a little change of heart. I'm going to put United 7th. United, lads, why are you keeping Ten Hag? That bold bastard absolutely stinks. Like, Slot has been at Liverpool for 3 weeks. You can already tell the way we want to play. Ten Hag's been there for 2 years. You spent about 500 mil, and what? They still play shit. Goldbridge, mate. What are you on about saying, oh, Ten Hag has Mourinho and Solskjaer signings? He spent 400 million in 2 years. Like, no. United, this ain't even biased. They just are going to stink it. Like, it's just obvious, isn't it? So, yeah, I still agree with all the same things I said on Newcastle, apart from I think they'll come 6th. 5th, I'm going to go with Tottenham. Yeah, I think they'll have similar seasons to last season. They'll start off well, but I just don't think they'll have enough in the run-in, and they'll bottle it like usual. 4th place, oh, I am stuck here. I will go Villa. I'll go Villa. They've signed Onana, who's a very good signing. They also are looking at getting Felix. I know they lost Diaby, but I don't think that'll be too big of a loss. I can just see Villa having a really good season again. Usually when teams have a good season like that, they end up selling their big players on. It's like when Brighton got Europa League and they ended up just getting rid of some of their big players. But Villa have managed to keep hold of most of them. Obviously, Douglas Luiz went, but they've kept hold of most of their big players. And they've signed Onana, who I think will be a fucking... That could possibly be an upgrade on Luiz. I think people are going to realise how good Onana actually is once he's at Villa. Because being at Everton... Yeah, although he was good at Everton, fucking hell. I mean, there's a reason Arsenal wanted him as well. Moving on to Arsenal, they're going to come 3rd. I just don't know with Arsenal. I think Arteta's a little Lego head prick, and he's just not going to have that good of a season. I think they'll fall off a little bit. A bit like Liverpool did after we went for the league a couple of times. And I just think that like their heart's going to be out of it. But do you know what? I want to have a rant at Arsenal. I hate Arsenal. Think of how many pricks they have, right? I was thinking about this. Ben White, prick. Havertz, prick. Jesus, prick. Zinchenko, he cries, prick. The whole team's just riddled with pricks. So, this might be more of a hatred. But you know what? No, they are going to come 3rd. 2nd, I'm going to go with my own team, unfortunately. I just got to be honest. I just don't think we'll have enough. I think we'll be really good on the slot. Everyone's putting us like 5th to 7th. You watch, lads. You have not been watching slot ball. Although I agree pre-season doesn't mean too much. I just think we will have a really good season under slot. And I could really see us pushing on. I think if we can get Gordon and a 6 into the team, like, you got to bear in mind, look at how we're playing without all the bigger players coming in. But then again, like I said, it's pre-season. But the main thing is, forget the results, because the results is not what's important. The way we've been playing has looked really good. And winning the league, again, for a 5th time in a row, is the cheating pricks, Man City. They're just going to, until like the Premier League decides to actually charge them, they're just going to have too much for everyone. It's not, there's no competition really, is there? It's just unfair. Like, they literally get to sign anyone and whoever they want. They're selling Alvarez for 95 mil euros, so like 82 million. I think it's 95 million dollars. It's just bollocks. Like, the fact they haven't been charged yet. Everyone knows it. They're corrupt bastards. This will be their last league title, and then they'll go to court, and they'll be finished, hopefully. So that is my Premier League prediction, 20th to 1st. Let me know what you think, lads. Let me know what you'd change, and give me yours in the comments if you want. We're going to move on now to a little different segment, which I want to call the, I don't know, just a different segment. So we're going to start with the Golden Boot. Darwin fucking Núñez. He's going to cook under Arne Slot, right? I can just see it. 25 goals minimum. Like, Slot's going to help him get the fucking Lego crayons out of his head, and he's going to stop eating crayons, and he's going to start scoring goals. Nunez is going to be a different fucking player this season, I promise you. Moving on. Oh, yeah, also, I did forget. I don't know why that came to my head. Villa did also sign Ross Barkley as well. That's what I was trying to think of, who will be class for them as well. Anyway, back to my point, because I was really off topic. Golden assist, I'm going to go with Trent, because Nunez is going to learn to finish this season, meaning Trent will get loads of assists. I think the way Slot's wanting to play will really suit Trent down to the ground. I'm hoping, down to the ground, down to earth. I'm really hoping Trent doesn't go to Madrid. Madrid can fuck off. They've given us enough heartbreak over the years as Liverpool fans. So yeah, overachievers, I'm going to go with West Ham. I just don't think enough people are looking at West Ham as a squad and a team. That most people are probably putting them around 13th, 17th, whereas I'm thinking they're going to come top 8, possibly push for 7th. I think they're going to have a really good season. Underachievers, again, Man United. They're going to lose the Europa League. They're not going to qualify. They're gonna come 8th. They just fucking 7th. They just fucking stink, lads. You're just shit. Like last season, you shouldn't have even come when you came. Come when you came when you come. You know what I'm trying to say. They shouldn't have finished where they finished. They were shit, if we're being honest. I don't know how they finished where they finished. The amount of games they should have lost that they didn't. Breakout star, I'm going with Fatawu. I've heard a lot about this guy. I'll be honest, I've never watched him. But just watch. A bold prediction. He plays for Leicester. He's a tricky winger they signed from the Portuguese league on a permanent. I think he's going to have a really good season for Leicester. Flop player, sticking on the United theme, I'm going Lenny Yoro. I just don't think he's actually that good. There's a reason Madrid didn't want to pay over 40 mil for him. I don't think he'll be that impressive. He's already got a 3-month injury. I can just see like the physicality of the Premier League just fucking him over. Like he was in the French league. He's had like one good season, and even then, yeah, he doesn't convince me. Champions League winners, I'm going with Liverpool. Fucking, you heard me, lads. Madrid are going to stink it up. Mbappe's going to tear his ACL, and we're going to win the Champions League. I reckon we will, honestly. I can just see it back in the competition. I think we'll go far in the competition. I do keep looking over here because I've got it written down on my phone. My Europa League winners. This is going to sound a bit mental, but I'm going with Arsenal. Let me explain. The reason I'm going with Arsenal is because they won't qualify from their Champions League group. They'll drop into the Europa League and then they'll win it. You watch, Arsenal fans. Oh, we're the best team in the world. Just watch. My prediction will come true. And you're not going to win the Champions League because it's just not in your DNA. You're just bottle jobs. You'll never win the Champions League. You're going to go into the Europa League and you'll win that, and yeah, it'll be alright. You'll play United in the final. You'll win 2-1. Havertz and Trossard will score. That is, I don't know why I went so specific on that, but yeah, there's my whole predictions for this season, lads. Let me know what you think. Give me yours in the comments. If you want to abuse me, but at the end of the day, like, just, yeah, deal with it. It's my predictions. I'm allowed to say what I want. So yeah, if you enjoyed, please remember to like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video, lads and lasses.